You're watching Lehigh Valley Sports Scene on Service Electric 2 Sports.
A local martial arts expert is getting acclaim off the mat with a new book entitled Enter into Aikido. After 5 years of compiling information and real-life stories, both his and his students, David Nemeroff has completed his 374-page Turner with a book signing set for next month. Leah Kosi has all the details.
If you want to learn martial arts, there are 9 different at the Aikido Masters Self-Defense Academy in Whitehall, where Asian-accredited instructor David Nemeroff holds class for both men and women.
I teach 9 different styles of martial arts, including 2 different systems of Aikido, Kempo, which are your blocking and striking methods, Jujutsu, which is your hip throws and ground grappling techniques, Ei Jutsu and Ken Jutsu, which are 2 samurai sword systems. And then I also teach Aikido, which is the 4-foot staff, as well as Kabuto, which are Okinawan weapons.
Last night, students were studying Aikido, a self-defense system that utilizes the momentum and power of the attacker against them by incorporating a variety of joint manipulation techniques, body throws, and takedowns. And if it's done correctly, it's done with minimal effort. As Nemeroff points out, it's the attacker who eventually defeats himself.
What's neat about Aikido is it's kind of revolutionary as opposed to some of the other martial arts in its philosophy. Morihei Ueshiba, who is considered to be the founder of Aikido, created an art of peace. And it seems kind of contradictory. Here you are crashing people down, but it is a more compassionate martial art in that you don't have to take it to the point where you send the person to the hospital. You have that option if need be, but you can control the situation without having to permanently injure someone, which is why it's wonderful for law enforcement.
Nemeroff was first exposed to the world of martial arts when he was just 7 years old from a cousin who used him to practice his moves. Instantly, Nemeroff says he developed a passion for martial arts, and as he continued to learn, he gained confidence. Something he now sees in his students, with some having used Aikido outside of the dojo.
I had a troubled student, well, trouble, but this particular one was a troublemaker as well as a troubled student. He was disrupting the class. I had asked him to sit off to the side and behave himself, and he was very belligerent, and there was, a lot of things said and whatever. I finally got him to sit on the bench, went back to the other boys, what we were doing, and he had a shiv in his boot. I guess that's where it was, but he pulled a shiv and came running at me from behind. And it was like I didn't even think anything. I felt that he was back there before he ever got to me, and I just turned, and there's this beautiful technique. Took him right down to the ground, took the shiv away, and handled the situation, and then my brain went, oh my God.
The economy the way it is and crime on the rise, there are criminals out there, and no one thinks it can happen to them until it's too late. But I've spoken to too many people that this has really helped them. And, hopefully we don't ever get into a confrontation, but it's like car insurance. You want to take something out in case that accident ever does happen.
Today, Nemeroff is now an author, having penned Enter into Aikido, a book that came to light 5 years ago after people kept coming into the dojo with misconceptions of what martial arts is and what they can expect from their training.
What ended up happening is it became a comprehensive guide for the beginner and, something that an experienced martial artist could still get something out of the philosophy that I talk about, as well as I included some personal stories in there about my training and, some humorous stories that my students went through. So, it's really a good resource for any potential student or experienced martial artist.
If you'd like to know more about Aikido, you can speak with David Nemeroff here at the dojo on Eberhart Road in Whitehall, or you can go to Borders on MacArthur Road September 19th, where he will be hosting a book signing at 1 o'clock.
I think it'll just be a fun time, and this is a chance for them to answer any questions they may have about Aikido or any martial art. It's not often that you have access to someone who has 9 different martial arts under the belt. And, I'm happy to answer questions and work with people and get to know people. I like to know people in the community.
In Whitehall, Leah Kosi, 2 Sports.